right, where the Hebrew Israelites should come in and week out to prophesy the downfall of this bitch. All right, Babylon the Great. In her last death throes, all right? First and foremost, and as always, all praise due to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rapha Kadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, including the elders that came before them and taught us this truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word of truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect, tabernacle of David. All right? And shalom and salutations to all the Akwath, listening and learning. All right? Being a pillar of rest. So, once again, the Lord has provided me with a beautiful day to come out here. I pray that I'm protected out here. All right, so this is the book of Habakkuk. All right. And if I didn't say it earlier, we come out to wake up the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, speckled bird. All right. Get you to wake up, acknowledge your offense. Well, Salakia, repent. Repentance is what we're out here pushing. While the time is still available. All right, anyway. This is Habakkuk 2 and 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. So, I mean, it's pretty clear to everybody, whether you understand what time you're in or not. Okay? You know something done changed. You still got to get up and go to work. Right? And then came on a different day. I see the J-dubs out here. The women in the dresses. You got that false doctrine, you're going to pay for that. But they are out here diligently, though. You know? Who knows? The Most High might wake one of them up. Okay? But, again, here we are on a weekday. It is what it is. It is what it is. So the vision that Habakkuk saw is talking about now. He saw into the future, and he saw what would be going on right now. And when he says it will not tarry, means that thing done sped all the way up to where you know, because things are happening right on top of each other. Okay? They gave it a name, you know, and then kind of tried to hope that nobody heard them, but they call this the year of the polycrisis. Okay? So if this is the year of the polycrisis, then it's pretty fitting that shit is just flying off the handle. Okay? And if you understand, there's still a minute left in the game, and the name that the elder apostle gave this year okay, is still in play. So with that being said, if this is still in play, a whole lot is going to happen between now and then. Then being the end of the year, there's still enough time for some crazy shit to go down. That's the point. Okay? And if you know anything about geopolitics and how they project, okay, make projections and let people know, if you're watching the war, know where things are going, the way people are setting up. If you're watching, you know, okay? And you can see that with what's left in this year is crazy. They're sitting on top of the currency. They could topple it at any moment, send everybody into a spin. And who's ready for that? Who is ready for that? You know? Well, here's what the men of the Lord know. We know that it's got to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen soon. You better get ready. Get your mind ready. And then there's the question, well, what do we do? Well, you do what you're told to do in that moment, basically. In other words, it's all in the spirit. So, and this is really it's the crux of the book, you know. The time when this guy falls. The whole book is about this devil falling. And then eventually, you know, we live happily ever after. It is what it is. But this devil got to fall first. And it's going to be treacherous. That's the message. There's nothing easy about the time that we're in. And it starts by understanding that you're in it. Not that it's coming. It ain't coming no more. You're in it. Okay? And what you got to be looking for is signs that you're being protected. All right? You're like in a bubble. Right? You walk out into, like the boy in the plastic bubble. You could go where you want to go. You're being protected from the cooties, if you will. Everybody's a damn cootie out here. I'm going to read number 1. This is Habakkuk 2:1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon my tower. And that's, I mean, we're still here. We're still out on the highways and the byways. Speaking of the time when we won't be out here, called the famine of the word. Okay? How close must we be to that? Okay? That's got to be pretty close. Hey, but whatever. Okay, we ain't going nowhere until we have to. So get it while you can. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon my tower and will watch to see what he will say to me and what I shall answer when I am reproved. Okay, well, we will be presented before these magistrates here coming up. That's coming. See, there's a lot of exciting things coming. Not just death and destruction. That's one. All right. But it's gonna be on all sides. What do you call it when it's called multitasking? You're gonna have to be an awesome multitasker during Jacob's trouble. All right, a multitasker. There's gonna be 99 problems. You gotta have 99 problems and a bitch. All right. It's gonna be that at maximum volume, 24/7. It's gonna be crazy. No getting out of it. Pure test of everything going wrong at the same time. Okay. It's not light. This is Amos 9. I'm like, what am I going to read? Read what you used to read when you used to come up here. This has more meaning now than ever before. Amos 9 and 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord power upon the sinful kingdom. Okay? It's talking about the angels out here in these ships. That the angels are famous right now, and they're still trying to hide who they are. That's not real cool, Esau. You're not giving the angels, put some respect on their name. That's the angels, dude. Why you got to make it something bad? Well, I understand, but the point is that we're in the day of the angels, and they're showing themselves, whether it be through your agenda, whatever your operation, right? Your psyop. Whatever it is, they're making themselves known. Okay? Behold, the eyes of the Lord power upon the sinful kingdom. We're the eyes of the Lord power. We're sitting on our watchtower, watching, letting people know, noising it abroad. People ain't listening. Everything is perfect, the way it's supposed to be. There it is. Everything's in place. Amos 9 and 8, behold, the eyes of the Lord power upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth. And that's huge right now. We see that. We see everything lined up. Shit's lined up right now. We see how they're going to push this C hit, right? That your money is on, that your livelihood is on. We see the creation of unrighteous decrees like your credit score or your climate whatever, you know, they're making up all of these rules to implement into this fucking sifter. And it's fine, right? It's just crazy how they're rolling it out right in people's face, and people, you know, it's a trap. And there's nothing you could do. You gotta kind of watch it happen and laugh and get your popcorn out, you know. It's the only way. It's about what side you're on. You got to be on the right side of righteousness. It's all fun and games right now, but boy, when suddenly every man shall be afraid, right? And that moment is upon us. People are going to freak out when they get sent that message on their phone. That universal, what is it? The emergency broadcast system. As soon as that happens, and they scare some of you into submission, right? Where you poop your pants, you ain't gonna like it. But that's what it is. These things, right? When you understand this devil, first of all, he's dealing with everything the Most High gave him on the left. And you think he's not going to employ that? Hey, that fool is on some Janus and Jambres type shit right now. Okay? This devil is about to use every dirty trick he can. Okay? And when I say that, what's crazy right now is this whole UFO thing, right? It's crazy. And when I say Janus and Jambres, okay, what was it? Who threw down the serpent down first? Maybe it was Janus and Jambres. The point is that these fools are trying to imitate the real thing. All right? Moses was the real thing. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua was the real thing. Okay? He's the real God. There ain't no other God. So whatever you're doing, Pharaoh, is a farce. But the point is this. With this blue beam situation that started a while back, just pushing this ridiculousness, it's at an all-time high right now. The ridiculousness is at an all-time, and you can't see it unless you know what the hell is going on. Oh, well, we got body parts, and we got spaceships, and we have captured aliens, and I'm like, come on. And I mean, if you don't understand what they're doing or how they're doing it, you're gonna bite some of that. You're gonna fall for some of that, right? They're gonna hook you with one of those, because they throwing hooks, straights. It's crazy. The whole Peruvian town Scooby-Doo thing that they got going on. You're gonna have to send Velma and Daphne and them. You gotta send somebody down there. That shit is crazy. Anyway, yeah, they they're rolling that thing out, okay? For years now, everybody's been. It's not like it's a big secret. A lot of people know about Blue Beam. A lot of people know they're gonna fake the second coming. See, you kind of give yourself away right there when you say, well, they're going to fake the second coming of Jesus Christ. But that kind of happens with spaceships, right? Faking the second coming of Jesus Christ is connected, right? And we know that his name is Yahushua in the Hebrew. I'm just saying that anybody within earshot might understand. The so-called spaceships have everything to do with the second coming of Jesus Christ, okay? That's the point that's being made, all right? And they're not saying that. How come nobody's putting that together? How come the Christians aren't saying, oh, okay, yeah, well, spaceships, that's Yahweh. I mean, that's call him who you want to, Nate, all right? Since you're teaching that. It's Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, whom you ignorantly call Jesus, and God and the angels are in those spacecraft. Has man-made replicas and their own version of that? Yes, they have. Okay? Why? To fool you. They're going to bring out their best Janus and Jambres. All right? Their best magic. They're going to pull it out. They have to. You can't see what's going on in the Ukraine right now. All these fools done lost a long time ago, but they're still fighting, right? Because they don't have a choice. They have to try to, complete what it is that they've started. They can't turn back. So this is it, all right? There ain't no more time. Hard time. You get some hard time out here. Right? It's going to be hard for everybody. Ain't nobody going to be sitting back kicking it. Okay? It's going to be dangerous. You see one individual, you like this, does this person want to kill me? To everybody you meet. Right? And only the 1/3, only the elect aren't going to be interested in taking advantage of it. So it behooves you to be a great discerner of spirits in that day. I mean, because first of all, you can't trust your enemy. Who might that be? Shit, Jake is your enemy. Let's go back. That's the spirit. Spirit said, go right back to Amos. Who is your enemy? Amos 9:8, behold, behold, the eyes of the Lord power upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy from off the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Lord. Okay, so you got enemies right there in the family. And when I say the family, I mean the immediate family. You got Esau as your brother, right? That the whole thing is wrong. But then you got Jake, right? Your neighbor, your brother. You got to watch out for him. He's going to set you up before the devil does. All right? So then we go back to Sirach and we say, never trust thine enemy. Well, which one? Which one? The devil? Jake? The 2/3? Okay? So even to adhere to that sound advice, you got to know who your enemy is. How can you know to not trust this guy unless you know who your enemy is? If you don't have the discernment to know, first of all, that you're on the battlefield. Second of all, who your enemy is, who's fighting against you. A lot of people won't even admit that. You want to keep it PG, right? PC, whatever you call it, and just get along. Hey, your opponent, the enemy, he's certainly playing the PC card. That's to get close enough to wring your neck, because he's about that battlefield shit. He's about it. He about it. Amos 9:9, for lo, I will command and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations like as corn is sifted in a sieve, and yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. So there's a division, all right? Because we got, see, on this side there's something called niggas, and we got to cleanse the earth of niggas. Okay? The Most High needs us to help him differentiate. Not that he needs us, but this is the way he wrote it out. I'm going to use you guys to, right? We got the real men over here, we got the niggas over here. We got to do away with the niggas. It's time. We don't need niggas no more, right? Frankenstein needed a good monster, so then he put it together. But Frankenstein's time is over. Okay? The mad doctor, his time is done. Now, put all your inventions, roll out all your inventions, and impress us with your show. Maybe you might scare somebody, right? Maybe you might cause someone to be frightened. What is that? That's, I forgot what that is. That's, stand now with your enchantment. Maybe you might cause someone to be afraid, right? Not to get there. We can stand there. Let's lock it. Bear with me, please. Isaiah 14:12. All right, all right. Hey, Isaiah. That didn't look right. So lucky, bear with me. 47. All right, it's Isaiah 47:12. All right. It says, stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored since thy youth. Here's that. From thy youth. If so be, thou shalt be able to profit. If so be, thou mayest prevail. Now that thou mayest prevail, let's read that. What is it, 47? We're going to get these different versions because Salakia. I got to find it in the KJV. Stand now. It's 12. So Isaiah 47:12. Okay. We're going to read that in the NIV. All right, it says, keep on them with your magic spells. And that, that's what all of this is. That's what Blue Beam is. That's what the C-Hip technology, if you will. Janus and Jambres had them snakes. They had a snake contest, and Moses won. Right? Going back to the serpent, right? Trying to fight against Kukulkan, right? So you got you got this devil trying to make flying saucers to be like the Most High, like you got the power, like you got these miracles. When you see what's gonna happen is the chariots are gonna show out. They're gonna do some shit that people are gonna look up and say that's a miracle, like the miracle at Fatima or whatever. Really, what they're describing is a chariot. Chariot came down and danced a little bit. Could have been one of theirs. And they call it the miracle at Fatima. Now bow down to this woman and make Yahweh Shem Yahushai mad. Really, that's what's going on. And we're not swayed by that. We understand little tricks like that now. But what is the miracle at Fatima and Medjugorje and da-da-da-da? There's 3 prophecies outside of the Bible from a woman. But the time of great magic spells, see? And then it goes into scaring somebody, right? So they're definitely going to use fear. Isaiah 47:12 in the NIV. Keep on then with your magic spells and with your many sorceries, which you have labored at since childhood. Perhaps you will succeed. Perhaps you will cause terror. See? Right? What are they going to do with UFOs and space aliens that we've had ever since we started a campaign lie that it was a weather balloon. It was a weather balloon, and it's called Project Mogul, and there weren't no spaceships, and it wasn't nothing, right? For 80 years, and now today, on every channel, you're going to hear about little green men and spaceships and how we've been messing with them. We've been dealing with them now, going back for those 80 years. So what is it? What do you want to call it? Call it what you want to. But see, we see. And see, that's a big sign. False prophets are a big sign. Suddenly, you devils using the truth because you can't hide it anymore, right? Oh, well, yeah, we've had them. It's been a secret. No, it's no secret. When something falls out of the sky, that's you. Okay? Trying to get it right. You've been trying for a while. From what we understand in your secret program, you've been working at this for a while. From thy youth. And that's magic, basically. Anti-gravity and stuff like that will be seen, again, as miracles, magic. And a lot of it is dealing with spirits. A lot of it is spiritual. Magic is spiritual on the left-hand side. And you got magicians out here, like Bishop Nate. Bishop Nate is he's a master magician out there, making shit disappear. Ain't no microchip. One of his best magic tricks is ain't no microchips. And he wave a little wand, and then his parrots go out and mimic the same. Pretty effective, I have to say. Very effective. What does that mean, cause terror? Maybe because Blue Beam, for example. See, here it is. We're telling you that the angels, the one that everybody loves Jesus. He's on the spaceship, man. Why you think they make movies like Independence Day and War of the Worlds? Why do you think they do that? Put it right in your face, and then explain their way and tiptoe around it. Why are they doing that? There's a method to that. This is Isaiah 47:12 in the NLT. Now use your magical charms. Use the spells you have worked at all these years. Maybe they will do you some good. Maybe they can make someone afraid of you. Okay? So your little replicas of the chariots of Israel, you're going to try to make someone afraid of you with your witchcraft and your sorcery, your blue beams, how you can manipulate and bend time, space, or whatever you've been working on in your little laboratory, Dr. Frankenstein. All right? You're going to pull out your little green men. We know the story. We know the Joseph Mengele story. There's more meat on there. Let me see. It's all witchcraft is the point. Okay? So you gotta understand, and this is the thing with Moses too. All right? You gotta understand real from Fugazi. You understand? When you see a miracle, is it a man-made miracle or is it a celestial situation? Okay? That's how you find yourself in a trap. And these devils, they've been laying little traps for a long time, dealing with what? Dealing with this whole situation with the chariots. They knew that they would have to, I mean, how are they going to continue to spin that lie without having something in place to be able to control the narrative? And that's a huge one. Lo and behold, what do they have? Out of nowhere, first you got Reagan talking about, he's explaining the whole war in heaven. And then You get Trump jump out of nowhere, it's like, oh, we're gonna get a Space Force. I'm like, okay, nigga. Okay. We get it. We get it. All right, so there are different ones. It says, stand fast in your enchantments and your many sorceries, with which you have labored from your youth. Perhaps you may be able to succeed. Perhaps you may inspire terror. Okay? We're in the time of inspiring. They're going to try to scare you using the television, the media, different things, bioterrorism. I mean, there's something called a war on terror. Well, the war on drugs, you got all the drugs. The war on terror, you get to say who's a terrorist. So that's just keeping you in a warlike state. Because as long as you can pass legislation that somehow we're at war, then you get to do what the hell you want to do. Right? Suspend the Constitution and go into the Patriot Act and whatever you have lined up to enable you to do some nefarious shit while nobody's looking. That's what you're doing. And now the jig is up. Your house shy is coming back. You're scared. Got your little space farce together, right? You got a little show to put on to try to control the narrative one more time. And it's all gonna go horribly bad. You're gonna scare some people, and you're gonna fool some people. That's what you do. It's your job is to deceive people. So I would think that after all of these millennia, you're pretty damn good at it. The Most High made you the best, for that matter. You were made to be the best of all deceivers. The most deceptive of all. It's all good though. We're real close. Because they got to pull a stunt to get this thing cracking. And right about now, we've seen pretty much the extent of the summer. Is it going to get any hotter? It's a couple of long weeks coming up, but not like 110, 115 hot. They project that and then they bring it back. So, and then whatever this is right here, I ain't mad at it, but this is completely unusual for the middle of the summer. The sun should be beaming on me right now, and I don't foresee the sun shining at all today. All right. So, must be doing something with a weather event. So I got a little question that just popped in my head. Did Chris Green rear his head yet? From the whole Maui situation? It's lucky. I don't think so. I don't see no Chris Green. Oh yeah, he did. Okay. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna read it. Put an update. My first update from Chris Green. I'm like, where's Chris Green? It says, we made it to safety without power and services for a few days. I hear Front Street Lahaina is totally devastated. All the hotels were without power. Cars abandoned on the sides of road. Cars abandoned on sides of road. No gas, no shops. We hunkered down, we hunkered, past tense, down the first few nights with fires approaching from multiple directions. Wow. We had no news, cellular or information. Luckily, and to God's glory, we were safe at our location with preps and supplies. The Island Project Maui real estate is miraculously fully intact and unscathed. Hilarious. This dude is hilarious. God bless and pray for the families who lost everything and lost lives. So there's your update with this guy. And it's, I mean, yeah, he sounds a little shook up. That's a proud, whatever he is. He might be a Jake. That whole green thing sounds like an Irishman. But yeah, I was kind of curious as to how that was going to pan out, because I'm like, okay, I ain't heard from this dude, right? What's up with the Island Project? So he cleared it up, kinda. Slovakia, bear with me. Wow. Yeah, you know what? I need some water there. Yeah, so what do? Okay, that's an example, right? Of course he's gonna say those things. Of course he's gonna say that everything's fine when you know it's not. He's shook up. That dude is shook up. You know? Because if he wasn't shook up, he would have found a way to answer. If he was fine, if he came out of it fine. If he's just saying something, I don't know, what is it, 2 days or 3 days later? It's a significant amount of time for an ego that big, right? So he's shaking up. He'd have been letting you know that continue to send your money to the Island Project. I need that 30 grand a head. I'm fine over here. My operation is, I got contingency. I got one in Denver, da-da-da-da, right? No, he's shaking up. And we'll see. We'll see. He might be saying the Island Project, my house on Oahu is gone, but the Island Project over on Oahu, the less expensive venture, yeah. So I was wondering, how he was going to come back. Hell, it might not be him. They could have targeted that, taken him out, and now somebody is like, okay, on some Jamie Foxx shit. And I'm playing with it. Jake, I heard you was some Jamie Foxx shit. Hey, Jamie Foxx disappeared, came back all fucked up. I mean, if Chris Green disappears for a minute, right, and he comes back all jacked up, and he ain't acting like Chris Green no more, I'm going to question it. I'm going to say what happened. That ain't no Chris Green. They bodied him. They cloned him. They took over his little riches. He was killing it. Yep, yep. Yep. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yep, yep, yep. So it's that time now. It's that time now. See, really all you got to do is look up and you can pick and choose, right? It's so easy. I mean, a man of the Lord knows that all these things are connected. World War III, connected to the missiles, connected to the chariots. It's all connected. And if you don't understand that, then you're just being scared or terrorized by these things that they're throwing out there. How do you understand the spaceships when they're pushing them on you now? They used to not, oh, well, there's no truth to that. There's no Bigfoot, there's no Loch Ness Monster, and there's no spaceships. But suddenly, right, now, guess what? We've had them for years. We've had the aliens for years, and spaceships are real all the time that we told you that they weren't real. Nigga, we had them. We had them, we've been flying them, and we back engineered them. We got special task force where all they do, right, is they go and pick these things up when they crash. This one guy came in as a buck private, and he graduated as a full bird colonel, right? And all he ever did was pick up downed UFOs. We trained him early. He died of old age picking up radioactive shit, right? This is what they're telling you now. And you can't even contemplate for a minute that, hey, you mean the whole time, the whole 80 years you lied to me, right? You had that shit? Where's the outrage? Shouldn't there be some outrage involved? Shouldn't somebody be mad? Shouldn't somebody voice their disgust with being lied to for 80 years? Well, there's no, and being, can you imagine the people that came forth and told of their story? Now it's commonplace, and oh yeah, there's a billion, 100 billion sightings. So that means all those people were somehow crazy and put through God knows what they were put through. Lost my job. Everybody thought I was crazy. I went and they shot me full of sodium pentothal and gave me psychotropic hallucinogenic drugs and experimented on me, right? Going back to what? Pharmakia. Going back to what? Going back to drugs. Going back to what? Witchcraft. There you go. It's all connected. Everything is in its place, right? And it's showtime. The only thing that's not in its place right now is a big old trash bag full of popcorn. I need a big old trash can full of popcorn and the largest screen screening room, right, to just pop up with surround sound. Because the show, everything is in its place. You got Jake running around, don't know their asshole from their elbow. Perfect target, right? You got Jake in captivity. When you watch that Neely Fuller vignette, and he's saying that you're in captivity, and he's breaking it down. And the cartoon will help a nigga too, because it's crazy. But I mean, while in captivity, Jake is just trying to excel and cool with it. Totally cool with it, right? Ain't trying to come out, ain't trying to sit on no throne. Jake would rather be a sodomite than to sit on a throne. I'm like, what is wrong? You guys are fucking defeated, man. You're completely defeated out here. Sad state of affairs. Spirit is telling me to go to Acts. The book of Acts 1 and 9. And when he had spoken these things, while they beheld, he was taken up in a cloud, received him out of their sight. So there it is. There's alien abduction, right? This is what you call it. Here it is, it's a miracle. And again, them chariots are about to show out. Okay, the miracle at Fatima, whatever the miracle at Fatima, it was a chariot out there dancing around. Okay, and again, it could have been one of theirs, so they could start this myth and bow down to the woman. Anyway, miracles. You know, we need to get that word, miracle. Let's look that up. Because magic is going to be in there somewhere, is it not? When I look up miracle, you know the word magic. Miracle definition. Okay. Miracle, a surprising and welcome event that is not explicable by natural or scientific laws and is therefore considered to be the work of a divine agency, which is the Most High. Okay? On the left and on the right. So magic, right, is left-handed, magic is a left-handed miracle. Right? If you understand the truth, magic is a left-handed miracle. Right? It is. The Most High gave this devil spiritual power on the left with which to do shit. You could conjure, right? You could manifest things. That's all kind of shit, spells and stuff, and it works for this devil. Okay? Nigga, you ain't supposed to be doing it. And you do. There's a lot of Negroes out there. Levi over there in Haiti, you got niggas, right? Raised in this shit. Santeria and Malokia. I was married to a girl, and her mom was a witch, and I didn't know it. And they would talk of some some magic. She would do magic, and magic was called Malokia. So it's an Italian thing, Malokia. And I mean, only an idiot couldn't extract Moloch out of that, right? The owl, right? So, I mean, what could it be? It's just on its face, it's witchcraft, right? Oh, Molokia, come here, let me do Molokia. let you do Molokia. I'm like, I'm scared of it, just don't sound right. So, I mean, what is it? It's spiritual power. It's magic, it's witchcraft. What that is that's left-handed spiritual power, right? That works for you heathen. All right, that's the heathen's come up. All right, now, spiritual power, righteous spiritual power on the right-hand side is reserved for the nation of Israel. And that's just what it is. That's the way the Most High operates. If you fall on this side of that equation, then you're cool. If you fall on the other side, of course you're not cool. So just be mad and deal with it. We have had to deal with our share of some bullshit. And, I mean, now the truth, which have so long been without, I'm gonna have to get there. Oh boy. That Gilbert? It is. You didn't see. It's fucking cool.
No! Good to see you, man.
You too. New bike?
Need some goat power.
That's right. That's right. What's up, buddy? Is that a new bike?
Yeah.
What about the truck?
Yeah. Want to say hi, man?
All right.
You ordered the first tee. You ordered a goat.
I'm still
We're in
doing
your
it.
place. See you later.
Be careful, man.
Yeah, see you later.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The old schoolers. He came by. The old schoolers. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. That was a little sign right there. Most High threw me a sign. I recognized it. That's the homie. We, 15 years ago, right here. We used to go heads up right here, right? Things have changed, boy. Changed a lot. A lot has changed, man. but it's good to see, to be able to measure and say how close we are to the end of this, right? Again, all I can do is continue to bring up just the scare tactics. Perhaps you may be able to instill fear, right? Well, aliens, that is just, come on, right? And you know we're at the end, because if you've been in this thing for a minute, you understand that the last card that they're going to play was the alien card. So 15 years ago, like, the last card they're going to play is the alien card, right? Now, 15 years after that, you're like, okay, you know what? They only started playing this alien card like about maybe a year, a strong year. They've been hiding it all the way. When they started pushing out that whole Tic Tac incident thing, that's when they said, okay, now we gotta pave the way for the real show, which is Blue Beam, right? And how we do that is we put some fake alien invasions out there, and alien landed in my backyard. Oh, we've had spaceships going back 80 years and some bodies, and just, they're rolling it out, okay? So, knowing that was the last card that they were going to play, the whole fake alien invasion thing, right? See, we know exactly, and just that right there shows that they got something to hide. And you got to control this narrative, because the truth about the UFOs is this. The truth about, that's God and the angels, and they're coming back to whoop ass. It's just that simple. It's this simple. The UFOs are God and the angels, and they're coming back here to whoop ass. Now, the hard part is, well, whose ass are they going to whoop and all of that, right? But one thing at a time, okay? Whoever's trying to scare you, oh, there's little green men, they're coming back. They're not little green men, okay? They're not little tiny babies with wings. There's a description. There's a complete description of what they look like, and nowhere in there does it say that they're reptilian. They're little green alligators. They're baby alligators, right? But just the fact that we're here, they're playing the last card right now. Okay? Here it is, a beautiful thing. To be abducted by aliens is a beautiful thing. How is it made into something terrible? Okay? You know you're at the end when you can say something, right? And be accused, you can be accused of being crazy. If I say that to be abducted by aliens is a beautiful thing, they'll say to me, you're crazy. What do you mean abducted by? Well, if you understand who demonized it in the first place, who would go out of their way to demonize something so beautiful as to be abducted by aliens? Who would do that? Who would turn abducted by aliens upside down to make it mean something bad? Who would do that? Okay? Trust me, things are going to be so bad down here, you're going to be begging to be abducted by aliens. You know, please come and grab me, please. Swing low, sweet chariot. Get me the hell up out of here. But see, nobody understands this knowledge, and you can't. There's nothing we can do, right? Oh, well, you'll get more, what is it, flies with, with ice cream or whatever. Like, it doesn't work like that. Either you were created to get it, or you're gonna get it. And that's just what it is. It's just that. And Jake don't understand. Jake is trying to to drink gasoline in hell and don't know it. Nigga don't know he's in hell. Got a glass of gasoline. All right, lighten the match. I'll be damned if they're not releasing biological agents, right, on the people of Fresno. A nigga don't know that right here in Fresno, there's a biolab, right? Making bioagents, dealing with more than 20 viral diseases, pathogens, right here. For at least going back when they say it started in 2017, 2018, that's 5 years. And being given money, tax breaks, for making bioweapons right here in this town, not the county. Reedley is the county, right? Although we got a bioweapons lab in Reedley. Well, it came from right here though. When they got kicked out from No Town, USA, then they moved to Reedley, where they were somehow apprehended. I don't really understand that. Maybe the Most High is like, look, if a bio attack happens, it's going to start right here in the armpit of what used to be California. It's crazy. The whole situation is crazy, but it's things like this that signify this is how close we are. Here it is, they shut down the world. They didn't just shut down the United States. They shut down the entire world, right? Except for Sweden. You have the ability to shut down the whole world. Everybody felt it. It's not something that you can explain away. By the same mechanism by which you were able to shut down the entire world, right here, they're working on the same thing, including that batch of whatever, right here, and nobody knows about it. And not only do they not know about it, if they did know about it, if it was brought to their attention, they'd fling it off like it doesn't mean anything. Like a nigga didn't even hear what I said, right? Going back to this, there's nothing you can do. Either you were chosen to get a response. And what would be your response anyway? Oh, okay, well that must mean that we're at the end of this thing and they're about to do something desperate and I'll be ready for whatever it is because I know what they're up to. I know what their next move is gonna be, right? You gotta know that. If you don't know that in order to spend your check, I got a great job, I work hard. In order to spend your check, you gotta get that, hey, what happens then? What is that? That's scaring you into bowing down to them, right? Stand now with thine enchantments. Maybe you'll be able to scare someone. At the end of the day, they got to scare you just like they scared a lot of you into taking that shot. Scared you right into it. And you broke down like a bitch. And you took about 3 or 4 of them motherfuckers. And now they're coming out with the truth about it. Oh, and laughing. Straight laughing at you. It's all good. Again, the devil is doing his job. And Jake, none the wiser. None, absolutely none the wiser. Devil got you straight lined up like he cares about you. And people have no clue. Again, here we are on the battlefield, and Jake don't know who his enemy is. No clue who his enemy is. That's Jake. That's Jake. He got a nice muscle car. He finna lose it by revving the engine. That's Jake. Here we are at the end of time. Nigga, you better get your Mad Max. You better be rehearsing your Mad Max moves. Like I saw that dude in that chase video. That fool was driving. He was on some GTA. But that's the time we're in. So I'm gonna go on and wrap it up because, the point has been made. Understand that you're in a bubble and the shit going on around you, you don't belong to this world, so just have faith that you're protected as this shit goes down. And the only way that you can be protected is by having the knowing. You gotta know that what you're involved in is not gonna fail you, right? You gotta know that it gotta go down like this. And the only way through it is faith and your reasonable expectation to know, right? You know what your job is in this thing. You know that it must happen. You know how to get through it. You're quickened is what it means. You're alive in this thing. It's a lot of dead people. They're dead to there's nothing you can do to explain to them. Hey, this is going down, you got to get ready. They're like this, yeah, but in 5 years, I'll be out of school and da-da-da-da. I'm like, okay. All right, you're not gonna, it's not for you. You just, when it's happening, I'll see you, you'll see me. I'll see that look in your eye. And it is what it is. So anyway, with that, we're going to say, call halal Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem Kadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, including the elder that came before them that taught us is true. The shalom and salutation to all the brothers out pushing the word of truth and in sincerity. The hopeful elect tabernacle of David. Shalom and salutation to all the Akwad listening and learning and being a pillar of rest, all right? Kwam Yasharallah, DTA, Abad Babal soon.